Hello, welcome to Shad Life. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about AI, artificial intelligence. I'm quite surprised how far it's come. It's definitely not perfect, but what I want to do is I have Gemini, which is Google's AI, and I'm going to ask Gemini a few bike related questions and we're going to see what the responses are. It's very interesting because a lot of the times it's extremely accurate. So I'm going to grab my phone here and pull up Gemini, and basically I use this little basically it's like chatting with a person. So hello, how are you doing today?
Hi there. I'm doing pretty well today. Thank you for asking. How about you?
I'm doing good. I have a quick question for you. Can I use a SRAM Eagle cassette with 11 speed shifter?
That's a good question. I'm not 100% sure about that. You might need a special adapter or spacer to make it work. Do you know what kind of 11 speed shifter you have?
It would be SRAM NX.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you can use an Eagle cassette with an NX shifter, but you might need a spacer. It's best to double check with a bike shop or SRAM's website to be sure.
Okay, so she didn't answer that one. Let me put her on hold. She didn't answer that one correctly because she'll be listening to me talking to you and try to answer those questions. So I got to put her on hold. But let's try something else. I want to try this one. What is the difference between a V-brake brake lever versus a regular brake lever, say for like a 990 brake?
The main difference is how much cable they pull. V-brakes need levers that pull more cable than regular brakes. If you use the wrong kind, your brakes won't work right.
Now that was the correct answer. So V-brake levers have more pull than a traditional brake lever, and if you get more pull than a traditional on a regular brake, it's like it I don't know how to explain it, but it grabs too quickly when a regular brake is designed to have less cable pull and you have more leverage on it. It's kind of weird, but she's spot on with that one. Let me think of another question. Oh yeah, let's ask her this one. Do you know what year the Mongoose Moto Mag came out?
The first Mongoose Motomag bike came out way back in 1975. It was a pretty revolutionary bike for its time, with those iconic magnesium wheels.
Okay, she was correct there. My problem is I didn't specify Motomag wheels, and Mongoose did make a Motomag bike, and it was a complete bike with Motomag wheels. But it's pretty interesting how much this knows, and not only that, but how quickly she responds. Like, there's like hardly any time between. There's a tiny bit of processing time, and then boom, she responds. Let's ask this one. I'm using a GoPro 12. Let's see if she knows the difference between a GoPro 12 and a GoPro 13. Hey, do you know the difference between a GoPro Hero 12 and a GoPro Hero 13?
The Hero 13 has some upgrades over the 12. It's a bit smaller and has a new magnetic mounting system. It also has better slow motion video options. If you're really into slow-mo videos, the 13 might be worth it. If you're not too fussed about slow-mo, the 12 is still a great camera and might save you some money.
So she didn't get into super particular detail about it, but she did kind of touch on some of the key points that would be important to somebody. I haven't upgraded to the 13 yet because I don't really see a need, because the 12 is pretty good. But yeah, it's interesting that I can now use this to ask questions. And yeah, she didn't know the SRAM answer. I want to look that up myself and see if it is, because I'm not actually 100% sure if the 11 speed spacing is the same as 12 speed spacing. Let me figure that out. Okay, so what's interesting, and this is where AI isn't perfect, is I actually used Google search to ask whether SRAM 11 speed spacing is the same as 12 speed spacing, and it says no, the SRAM 11 speed cassette spacing is not exactly the same as the 12 speed spacing. So that would mean you could not use an 11 speed SRAM shifter with a 12 speed cassette. I did ask the question differently though here than I did when I was talking to the AI. So had I asked this same question, she might have done a better job. So let's try that. Is the SRAM 11 speed cassette spacing the same as the SRAM 12 speed cassette spacing?
Yeah, SRAM uses the same spacing for all their 12-speed cassettes. It's one of their XD driver bodies. This means you can swap out cassettes without needing to change anything else on your bike.
Yes, but would an 11-speed cassette be compatible?
I'm not sure about that one. You might want to check with SRAM or a bike shop to be 100% certain.
Okay, so that's kind of a fail, especially being that I literally typed it in a Google search, and Google Search AI, which I would think would be the same, they're both Google products, would know the answer, right? But it didn't. So there's definitely some work to be done. But I have asked this a lot of questions and I've gotten accurate answers. I would say it's probably about 80-85% accurate when I ask it bike specific questions. And this is a relatively new technology. I mean, it's been evolving for many years, but it's only been the last few years that AI has started to like be in our daily lives. Not sure if I'm a fan or not. You know, one of the interesting things about being older is accepting change, embracing change, and evolving with that change. And I've been pretty good with that so far. You know, I'm not one of these people that will only listen to music from like the 80s or the early 90s or whatever. Like, I can hear new song, new music, and like it and think it's cool, even from a wide variety of artists. But I know people that absolutely hate new music and they only listen to the old stuff and think that right? So I'm not like that. And with technologies, obviously with bikes, I'm pretty cutting edge. I'm always getting newer bikes and the latest thing and trying things out. So yeah, I'm not one of these people that resists change, but with AI, it's harder for me to start embracing. Like, so we'll have to see where I go with this. But what I've learned is when I need information, I go to Google and I type in the search and find the answer one way or another. And it's usually a bit of work going through a lot of different, you know, people's opinions or things. With the AI, I find it quicker and easier. And I'm gonna add this bit to it. Some of you might know my real job, right, is being a software engineer. And I literally can ask AI, and it actually seems to be a bit better. Programming questions, or even like if I'm trying to code something, usually JavaScript is the most common language I'm working with. I can ask it how to write a function to do a certain thing, and it will write me the function. And because I'm an experienced senior software engineer, I can look at the answer it gives me. And this is an important thing. You need to be able to look at the answer and know whether it's a good answer or not. So I can look at it and I can be like, wow, you know, this is some good code, right? And it's kind of mind-boggling. It's definitely changed my job a little bit, but because I'm a software engineer and because AI is becoming so prevalent, it is very important for me to embrace this technology and run with it, because if I don't, I will fall behind, and you know, especially at my age, right? And I won't be able to work, right? And I want to stay relevant in the workplace, so I got to keep pushing and keep trying. So yeah, just an interesting video I thought to do about AI. Post in the comments. Let me know what you think about AI, and do you use AI? If you do, which AI tool do you use? I know ChatGPT is a really popular one, but there's other ones now coming up. And it's a pretty wild technology. I appreciate your support for my channel. Please like and subscribe. Peace. Okay, I know I already ended this video, but right after I ended the video, I pulled up the AI chat and I went to correct her, and I said, I did a Google search comparing the SRAM 11 speed to the 12, and I got about that far, and she interrupted me and she said, now I understand what you're asking. And then she went on to say, yes, the SRAM 11 speed spacing is not compatible or the same as the 12 speed spacing. And I was completely blown away by the fact that halfway through my sentence she understood what I was trying to do, and then interrupted me and then corrected herself, and I told her yes, she is correct. So adding to this, I'm making this video longer than it should be, but adding to this, AI, kind of one of the scary things about it is it learns. So I bet you next time somebody starts asking about SRAM spacing, she's going to have more of an accurate or quicker response because of the interaction I just had with her. I'm blown away that it was very human-like, and that makes me a little nervous.